This is how I learned what true love and joy are. Before I begin my story, you need to know some important characters. This is Janie on the left and Michelle on the right. Janie has a mild intellectual disability and Michelle has a moderate intellectual disability. I was 18 at the time this photo was taken, and they are both older than me, by 10 years, but I was their counselor. Strange at first, right? I was in the position to teach and guide them during our week-long adventure together at camp, but they ended up teaching me a lot more than what I gave them. This was my first week working at Sparrowwood at Camp Glisten. Sparrowwood is the part of camp specifically for children and adults with mild to moderate developmental, intellectual, and/or physical disabilities. My job was to be their counselor. My job was to be their friend and to laugh with them and show them more about God's love. Michelle and I grew close that week. Janie was a social butterfly and would walk around and chat with everyone in the room, while Michelle liked to spend more time talking with me and a few other people she had already known for years. During the chapel services in the mornings, Michelle and I would dance together for the entire hour, and it was exhaustingly beautiful. Towards the end of the week, she used me as a pillow during dinner times, and as I learned more and more about her life back at home and who she is, I began to realize that this barrier I thought was there, the barrier of me not being diagnosed with a disability and her having a disability, seemed to fade. I learned that Janie, Michelle, and my other campers, whom I now consider friends, are people with emotions and thoughts that I have had at one point in my life. Then I met Erin. She is crazy. That's her on my back. She was 14 in this photo and has Down syndrome. Her imaginative mind would create these scenarios that she believed were happening in real time. Most of them were her being forced to go through the car wash. I never figured out her fascination with car washes, but it was entertaining to watch. Because of Erin, I learned to let your creative side flourish and to always be yourself. Nothing and no one could ever hold Erin back from talking to her imaginary friends and chasing them around. She would play outside of our cabin during nap time, or so I thought, until one day I found her sleeping outside because she liked the fresh air. She inspired me to follow your heart and to love life. Through my many experiences at camp, I ended up learning the most important yet simple lesson in my life: complete joy. Once I got over this invisible barrier, I allowed myself to fully enjoy them as they were, people with incredible personalities who lived life to the fullest. My new friends did not let anything hold them back in life, and I could see the pure joy in their eyes. And although I do not work at Sparrowwood anymore, I always remind myself to live life with as much joy and passion as they did, and then maybe I will be able to show others the joy and love they showed me every day.